Today I'm doing a bit of a mod here to a hydrogen generator. I'm not advising anyone to follow my lead. I'm just doing this out of interest sake for myself. So what I've done, I've pulled the little hydrogen unit apart, and the way these plates were set in these small little slots there. So what I'm actually going to do is double it. But I don't know how wide that is. I'll measure that up. We've got it. That was 5.17 mil apart. For one of those machines, it's making apparently up to 95 litres per hour. So initially I was just going to reduce the gap between these, and I'll show you what I did. That little chunk out of it just so this could go right up close when I put it all in. My first idea was to do this. I'll put it together. There we go. It fits quite nicely in those wider slots, and that gap, I can get it in there, a bit tight there. About 2 mil, which I like better than the other one. And what I was going to do is I was just going to tap, when you put this back together, you can see that middle terminal there will just fit straight through the middle here. And I was thinking of maybe putting a bit of spring steel or something on there so the ground or the earth is on the actual body, and the other one could be positive on the other side. But what I'm going to do, I reckon all this space here is wasted, so I've come up with another little idea, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. These extra plates in, and I've had an old fire extinguisher, stainless steel one, and I've cut those pieces out and straightened them up. They had like a slight curve because when you're chopping it, it's got a slight bend. And the way I did that, straighten them all out, I've clamped them together and just bashed them with a mallet, and they've come pretty good. There we go. I've got all those other plates in there. I haven't pushed it in. They might need a little bit of grinding to go all the way down easily. And also these end ones, I just need to just cut a little piece out just so that doesn't touch, because they're a fair bit closer there now. But you can see the idea there. Debating whether to put the negative or ground or earth on the outside or on the inside and put, so I don't know, it might be easier if I put them on the outside and then just attach a bit of spring steel, just solder or silver solder a piece of spring steel like a spring, and that'll press up against that in there. That might be the easiest way. If I put a positive coming up through that middle bit like that, yeah, then I've got to sort of seal it off somehow so I can fill the electrolyte in there, and so I can seal it so it creates a bit of pressure in there. That's the idea, and I don't know whether it'll work or not, but I'm giving it a crack. This plastic bit here, it had this around it. I think it was more just to direct the hydrogen bubbles up through these little ports here. So I don't think that needs to be sealed very well. But the external container needs to be sealed pretty well. So whether I TIG that back up or just put a rubber seal there. These machines, I think they're designed to cut out when they get to about 20 something psi pressure. A little unit, you can adjust the pressure in it as well, back it off or increase it, but with hydrogen you don't need a lot of pressure there anyway. It moves around pretty rapidly. Almost ready to put in, but you can see what we've done. And I've also made up this piece that slides in the middle, like that, and then that'll all go in here, and this top one will come through the middle. We'll put positive on that, and then we'll go to the negative on the two outsides. Hopefully we should get at least double, probably more than double of the output, especially because now the plates are a lot closer together, and we've also got double the amount of surface area on the plates. That's on pretty tight there. There you go, you get the idea. Okay, finally got around to welding the tank there, and you can see I've put that middle part going through the filler lid. I had to make another little filler tube there, and it's a pain in the bum to fill because you get an airlock in there. Now over here I've actually marked where the level of the plates are, so you can see, you can probably go up a little bit more, but what happens when that starts producing hydrogen gas, that fluid level will go up as well, so you don't want it actually coming through the hoses. You just want pure Brown's gas or hydrogen gas. And the mix I've put in there is potassium hydroxide. You can get these little flakes. I have tried it with Bi Barb Soda and potash, which is similar to potassium hydroxide but a much weaker mix. Now I'm not also sure how much, I haven't switched it on yet, I'm not sure how much concentration I put in there, so the more concentration you put in there, the higher the amperage will be. And here we go, we're flicking it on. Not nothing. Might need to warm up a little bit. The solution might be too weak. You can see it's making something. And as you can see, it's only using half those plates. I wanted to measure and see how much it's producing with half the plates, and then what I can do is just bridge a wire across to here, and then it'll have both plates working, or both sides. And another thing I could try is putting the positive over on these plates and having the negative up here. So I can easily do that as well, just swapping those wires over. Now I don't know what happened, but this just jumped up all of a sudden, up to 8.5 amps. And I've got a lighter. Whoa! Oh, you can see that's quite violent. So it's actually making quite a bit of hydrogen. That's nearly up to 9 amps. I'll just let that run for a little bit. And this unit here, that's the pressure gauge. If it goes over, like if I turn this off, I think when it makes 20 psi, it automatically cuts out. Now I'll just show you that. I'll just turn that off. You can see no gas. It's starting to build here. And that should just turn off when it gets to a certain pressure. See if it's just working over there. Still going. It's gone over 20 psi. There we go. So what's that? 26 psi. It cuts out. If I let the gas go again here, it should just turn on when it gets to a certain. There we go. Watch when the fan comes on. It's pumping away there. That's beauty. There we go. It's come on. What's that? Comes on at about 10 psi. I'll just open that right up. Whoa. Alright. Now I'll bridge these two terminals. So to test the output, what I'm going to do, I've got a 5 litre container there. Fill it up with water. We're going to tip it upside down in this water container. And we're going to put the nozzle inside here. And hopefully the idea is the gas will displace the liquid or the water. And that'll give us a rough estimate about how much it's pushing out. And we'll have the stopwatch going, and that'll tell us roughly, we'll do it for 30 seconds or a minute, depends how much it's producing, I don't know. 95, it was bought, it was 95 litres per hour, which equates to, what's that, 1.6, is it 1.5 to 1.6 litres per minute. Okay, stopwatch, we'll get it going. Oops. Quick clock. Start. So that's going. I'll switch this on at 15. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we've got it on. It's pumping out 9 amps, and you can see it's displacing that water, hopefully. It'll start pushing that water out through the bottom. Just be careful that that nozzle doesn't fall out. Just keep it in there. And you can see the water is going away. And I'll turn it off when we're on at 15 seconds, so 1 minute 15. Three, 2, 1, off. It's still bubbling because there's still a little bit in there. But what do you reckon that would be, Steve-o? Wouldn't be, if that to there's probably 2.5 litres. So yeah, that's probably about the 95 litres an hour, or 1.6 thereabouts. We should have actually marked this so we can see it upside down. We'll do that, and then now what I'll do is I'll bridge this to the other side. The negatives, the plates, negative on the plates on the outside, and then we'll see if we're getting any quicker than this in a minute. And that's what I've done. I've just bridged that so both sides of the plates are working. We'll turn this on and flick it on at 15. 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa. That looks like it's pumping out more. It's gone up to 10 amps, so it's a little bit more amperage. You can see that's definitely making more bubbles. Well, it appears to be anyway. What do you reckon? Is that quicker? I've got a litre there already. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turned it off. About 1.5 litres. Oh, there you go. Now what I just found was that little copper terminal there was all corroded. So I'm not sure if we had a good connection going to there. I've just given a bit of a scrape. We'll just do that test again. Okay, take 2. Now what I've done, I've put the positive on the outside contacts and the ground to that, and we turn on the stopwatch. Okay, at 15 again, let's see what happens. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. $10 amps. See, that's pumping there. That looks like it's working much faster. Nearly up to a litre. Looks like it's going to be about the same. No difference, huh? 9, 3, 2, 1, off. Well, that's even less. Look at that, that's 1 litre. So that way, has even reduced it. So I wonder why that is. The amps are good. We'll just put it back and test that other way. Okay, I've swapped it back. I've put the positive back to the center, and I'll just confirm. Can you see that display there? Just to make sure that this connection's good. 0.9 resistance. 0.7, 0.8, so there is a little bit of resistance still in that bit of wire. Here we go again. Bottle's full. That's in. These are all tight. And we'll start on 10. 3, 2, 1, go. On. 10 amps. Bubbles forming. Very deceptive, isn't it? It looks like it's creating a lot more bubbles. Actually does look like it's quicker that way, a little bit quicker. Quicker than putting the ground to the middle there. Okay. We started on 10. 3, 1, off. Now it's probably 1.25 litres. And like the original, we've disconnected that, so it's only going through there and to the middle like it was. Container's full. Stopwatch. All full. We'll start on 10. 1, go. Still on 10 amps. This way I think the plates are only about 2 mil apart instead of 5 mil apart, but it hasn't got all those plates. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it's about the same. Well, there you go. Nothing has changed. All that work and it's still producing about the same. Anyway, I'm open to suggestions on how I could boost the production of hydrogen with that little mod. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Any questions or comments or suggestions, in this case, leave them in the section below. Thank you for watching.